Why do we all need a podcast? If I'm a head coach, I'm like, fellas, just stay away from 2 words. Is it podcast, 2 word? Whatever. Podcast. Stay away from the podcast. Because Nick, these guys get comfortable and they just start talking, and all of a sudden you pump the brakes, you hear the back pedal. Tyreek Hill. I understand what he was trying to do, Nick, but I mean, just it looks comfy too. You got the couches, you got the headphones and everything, but the podcast. We got to stay away from these.
And you have to accept the fact that sometimes you may say things that people will react to in a way that you don't like. And when that happens, you just have to deal with it. For those of us who create content and understand how it works, number one, this isn't sustainable. And number two, I really don't think it's in the best interest of Tyreek Hill.
And you gonna try to tell me a dude that you've never even played a preseason game with is more accurate than Patrick Mahomes? If you are really, really serious about that, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this on national television. Stay off the weed.
Yep, the sports journos and the Tua haters were on their high horses once again this morning. Why? Because Tua and Tyreek dared have a podcast where they were going to talk about their experiences as Miami Dolphins and some upcoming perspective on the coming season. Tyreek Hill and Tua Tagovailoa definitely said it. Little play on words with Tyreek's podcast name. It had to be said, and they said it. A lot of people jumped to report and react to Tua's appearance on Tyreek's podcast. I thought it better to wait a little bit so I could gauge the reaction and see what was being said. And as you might expect, Twitter lit up. In fact, I actually checked Twitter before I watched the video just so I could see what people were saying. It would give me an indication of how it actually was received by some people. What can I say at this point? The haters responded as you expected them to respond. And I don't want to spend too much time going over what they said because the season is coming up quickly. And let's just focus on the positive. They're simply not worth our time to even bring up anyone. If I'm being honest, the 40-minute video, which was 3 hours late in being posted with no real explanation, didn't hit a lot of different points that people would find newsworthy. There wasn't a whole lot new being covered, but I did pull out a few nuggets that you might want to take a look at. I chose to highlight these moments because it gave me a little bit more insight into the relationship between Tyreek and Tua. I feel confident once you see this, you're going to get a different perspective on what's going on between Tyreek and Tua as well. Let's go to clip 1.
I believe in you, and I know everybody else believe in you, dog. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that not only as your teammate, I'm saying that as your brother, bro. Mm-hmm. Because you are that deal, bro. And if you believe that you that deal, the sky's the limit for you.
Sky's the limit. That's 2 guys in a huddle talking to each other that all the sports journos will never understand. 2 guys relating to each other, person to person, man to man. Sports journals, they're just looking back from afar. They don't see what's happening here between Tua and Tyreek. Let's look at the next clip.
I mean, I don't think it's good enough. I've been underthrown him so many times that...
Don't say that on here. Don't say that on here.
I've been underthrown him so many times,
I ain't gonna get into that, man.
Don't say that on here.
You know that he got people talking about, how I can't throw the deep ball. I'm like, man,
it's all good, man. It's all good.
It's a joke to them. That is some sincere laughter. They know what's going on. The sports journos, the haters, they're not seeing this. Look at their 2 faces, man. They were just sitting there laughing and shrugging it off. Yeah, I can't throw the long ball. I can't throw the Tyreek. I don't know what's going to happen. And the 2 of them were laughing. And Florio and some of you other guys out there, Stephen A., he's laughing at you.
Hey, but these people are going to say what they're going to say.
That's true.
These people are going to say what they're going to say. Absolutely. That's what social media has become. Just a legion of zombies out there tweeting and saying stuff, anything they want. I can't tell you how many comments I have to get rid of. I don't delete comments because somebody has a different perspective or a different point of view. You can hate on Tua, but when you start getting nasty, and swearing and basically insulting people, yeah, you got to go. I'm not even going to take my time to even discuss things with you. I'm not going to even respond. Not going to let you, definitely not going to let you attack other people who are commenting. That's what social media has become. And these guys are just shrugging their shoulders at it. Good job.
Without you, we ain't nothing, bro. Without a quarterback, I'm literally nothing, dog. Without an offensive line, ain't none of us nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You think they both recognize what the problem was? Without an offensive line, nobody's going anywhere. I hope Mike McDaniel is addressing that and they're doing something about it. Chris Greer, boom, 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 sirens, lights, red lights, strobes going off. The offensive line has got to be fixed. We know it. They know it.
You know, I would say the thing I don't want people to get twisted is I am very humble, but don't let that, you know, kind of get in the way of me not being confident in myself, because I'm
here you go.
I'm very confident in myself.
Look at the camera and say that again.
Oh, I just did.
Here we go.
but I'm saying
it's a Tua T that I like right here.
Yes, sir.
Don't get it twisted.
Talk it.
Don't get it twisted. All I need is a Snickers bar and I'll turn into another mother.
I'm humble. I'm quiet, but don't take that quiet demeanor to mean I'm not ready to jump down somebody's throat. That clip right there is what I wanted to see. I wanted to look in his eyes. I wanted to see as he looked into the camera and he said, don't mistake my humility for not ready to rip your face off. I'm confident. I know what I can do. And it was funny because Tyreek knew too. He's like, oh, this is it. This is what I see every day on the field. Sports journals don't see that. Haters don't see that. Don't mistake his humility. Don't mistake his demeanor for someone who doesn't have the competitive fire to get in there and get it done this year. So those were the 5 nuggets that I took away from that 40-minute podcast. The most impressive one to me being he's humble, but don't mistake that fire that he has to get on the field this year and rip it up. Of course, the naysayers are going to say what they want to say. Who cares at this point? I needed to see that eye of the tiger. I needed to see that this guy is ready to stand up to these haters, to stand up to sports journals, build a bond with Tyreek, and get out there and hit it. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, you want to check out some of my other videos on the Miami Dolphins, go ahead and click one of these 2 videos right here. But I think you have to see right now, these guys are getting ready, and I think they're going to surprise a lot of people in the league and a lot of haters. And some of them might become fans. Let me know what you think.
I am very humble, but don't let that, you know, kind of get in the way of me not being confident in myself, because I'm
Here you go.
I'm very confident in my.
Look at the camera and say that again.
Oh, I just did.
Here we go.
But I'm saying
it's a Tua T that I like right here.
Yes, sir.
Don't get it twisted.
Talk it.
Don't get it twisted. All I need is a Snickers bar and I'll turn into another mother.